Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Today's episode of the Mike O'Mara Show is brought to you by our bonus packages. Please go to MikeO'MaraShow.com and click on the bonus banner. You'll get access to all of our bonus content, and even better, you'll be helping out TMOS. So please quit sucking, and we thank you.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
All right, two things in the area of sports. In a moment, we're going to be speaking with Angie Goff, who's down in Houston for the site of the big game. Before we get to the Nats, and I guess it's official, I am just plain a sports fan. I could not tear myself away from that game last night.
Good for you.
Yeah,
Oh, interesting.
I'm a Red Sox fan, but I had to watch the Nats because I know so many of our listeners
winning. I think that's what he said
we're
last
getting
time.
into it, and it's just it's great baseball. I mean, that's a great. If that
was a
World
great
Series
game.
is like it is, we'll talk to Angie about it. But if it's like it was last night, two things are going to happen. People are going to get ulcers. People are not going to get any sleep whatsoever, and the ratings are going to skyrocket because and I'll be very curious because it's Houston and Washington and not one of the New York, L.A. type series. I'd love to see what the overnights say because I think this is going to be a highly rated World Series just the way it sets up. We'll talk to Angie. I'll get the buzz down there and find out what's going on. On another note, since I moved out of the market, I became totally unaware of things that happen in the market, and so I didn't know that back, earlier in the year, our good friend Steve Buckhantz got completely effed over by the Wizards, and they showed him the door as far as doing the telecast. This is the second time in a few years that I've gotten a guy, one that I didn't know and one I did know, the guy Don Orsillo up in Boston,
right,
who got S-Can because on the whim of some executive that just doesn't like something about the guy, and they play with people like this. 20-plus years doesn't matter in broadcasting, and that's just that's the world we live in, and it's unfortunate.
You know that firsthand, Mike.
Know that firsthand, yeah. and talent certainly is not what the deal
not
is.
The driving force anymore.
It's who likes who. It's who you know. It's who's your buddy.
That's right, Mike.
Kind of and really the textbook example. At that radio station of 500 things.
Oh, I know.
mean, really,
I know.
To be honest with you, it's who you knew, and that's it. That's what That's right. The way it rolls. But hang in there at 14. But anyway, getting back to what I wanted to say is that Steve Buckhantz was really a good friend of this show, and the Don and Mike show, and a friend of me personally. And Buck has been in contact with me since this all happened, and because he's just the epitome of a class act, he never mentioned a word.
Never laid it on.
Really? And he probably assumed I knew. Yes.
Of course, we're like consoling and kind and be like, "Hey, man, I've been."
No, I had no idea, so I didn't know. So I didn't. Because
you
I was
didn't
completely.
Know. So the post I saw yesterday.
I didn't know that he got. The first time I heard about Buckhantz was yesterday when somebody posted the interview that he had. Where, believe me, if a sports guy like that comes out and says, "I was disappointed," but that's as bad as they can get because he wants to get another gig, I'm sure. But it still is really a drag that like Ted Leonsis didn't call the guy, with super nice Ted. Steve was not only a pro, but I think Steve was just kind of chill when he worked. And so they canned Phil Chenier, right, after many, many, many moons. And then they bring in, and I see the guy they bring in, who's like 39 years old, who's the perfect, the guy that was the intern. And it's frustrating because
farmed him up.
You have other markets where I think the only way these guys survive until they're blowing spit bubbles is they have to be icons. You have to be Ernie. Is it Harwell? I think in Detroit.
Anderson.
You have to be
not Ernie Anderson. No, Harwell. I think.
Ernie Anderson.
Okay. I think you're right.
Was
that
Detroit?
Name, I think you're right with that. Yeah.
Harry Carey, Chicago, guys that are just iconic. When Frank Herzog got the boot from the Redskins,
mind-blowing
radio cast.
Oh, I remember that, and I was a kid.
Yeah. And look,
I was a little kid. I remember.
Who knows what the deal was with Larry, but I think we can agree Larry worked his ass off cultivating the relationships behind the scenes that got him that gig. I think that's the way it works. Yeah. And I don't know whether – I have no idea, and I'd love to get Buck on the show to give us his story because I think that would be really, really interesting just to find out how the whole thing went down. I don't know Steve other than a friend outside of his job, just like I know Tony outside of television. My my knowledge of those guys
because you are also an icon.
No, it's because we work with him.
I know, but you're safe because you're an icon.
No.
There are comments occasionally made, and the most revealing, I won't betray the confidence of Tony, but you think a guy gets a job at Good Morning America, everything's sweetness and light. It's right. It's broadcasting. No. It's crazy. I guess they didn't renew his contract. I guess TV is a little more forthright than radio in that regard, where I had to make my own phone calls to find out. That's the thing that I will never, ever, ever forgive with that situation. All of it, all of the rest of it, I can look at it and go, hey, nice run. They were making a decision. What I will never, ever forgive is the way it was done.
Yes.
The ballless way it was done. And these are people, by the way, who I still consider friends. But I hated the way they did it. That it was just so, what am I going to do? Go into the radio station with an AK-47? And if I didn't have people like Jack Diamond and Oscar Santana and people that have balls that actually share information with you, at a little risk to themselves.
Sure.
But
they just get stitches.
I wouldn't know. Snitches get stitches. I wouldn't know what was going on. So I look at that. I hope that didn't happen, and I'd love to know whether it did or not. And for Steve Buckhantz, just a fun guy, a guy that had a zest for life, and I hope he gets another gig. He's a good guy. He's one of the good guys. What
speaks so highly of him is he's been around a long time. You've been around a long time. I've actually been around a long time. I've never heard a bad thing about him. I mean, he's a pleasure to work with.
And Steve was a throwback. For a while there, it was Glenn Brenner, it was George Michael, and it was Steve Buckhantz. Yeah. And they all had that same thing. And if you look now, it's certainly down in our market down here, I'll give you a classic example. On the weekends. On Sunday mornings, I watch the local news in the morning to see what's going on, see if there's anything out there. They will give the weather, updated, live person in the studio. They'll give the news, live person in the studio. Then they give the sports.
Right.
And I'm like, how come the playoff game wasn't on? Playoff game result wasn't on because the dude rolls in and tapes it at 11 to be broadcast the following morning. That's how little regard they have for it. And so it's a weird world of sports, and that play-by-play thing. When they bumped Don Orsillo, I said, boy, if it can happen to that guy. These are guys that just are such consummate professionals the way they do their job. It's a lot of travel. It's a lot of research. It's knowing the other teams. It's doing a good job.
Love the game.
Yeah, you do.
It's cultivating a relationship with the players. And that's just, I just wanted to say, Steve, sorry that I only found this out yesterday because of a Facebook post, but I will tell you, I wish you nothing but success and the best. And you've had a great 20-plus year run with the Wizards, all the way back to Home Team Sports. Remember that?
Oh, my God, yeah. That's right.
And of course, it's NBC that seems to own everything. I mean, it's just it's a bummer. So I wish him the very, very best of luck in moving forward. And, of course, he's 64, and that's when they can screw you then without any remorse whatsoever, because they go with a complete youth argument to the powers
I have a
that
hard
be,
time picturing Steve Buckhantz at 64.
Yeah, he's too much of a vital guy.
Vital guy and a youthful face and that great energy and just a great laugher. Good guy.
Great guy, loved my shtick. He loved, if there was one human being on the face of the earth who liked my Jack Kent Cook.
Oh, God.
Steve Buckhantz led the cheering squad. And I would say, Steve, if you are listening to me and you can send this. And by the way, reach out to him today, Rob.
I will.
I'd like to get him on sooner than later. Steve, you were handled miserably by the organization that brought you in after 20-plus years of loyalty. The Ted Leonsis NBC conglomerate kicked you to the curb, and they will see their place in hell, Steve Buckhantz, for the way they mistreated you.
Mr. Cook.
I hope he gets a laugh out of that.
Mr. Cook, was it that way in the old
days? Yes, Rob Spiewak.
Was it that way in the old days?
No, in the old days, they were simply beheaded in the public square. Only saying that because I watched Catherine the Great between the commercials of the game. So, now on to the big game. Fantastic. back and forth. These are two teams that are so evenly matched, and even for a person that does not have a passionate rooting interest,
right,
this is baseball at its finest. Crisp moving game, lots of action, not a lot of distractions. It was very cool. It was very cool. And the 20-year-old phenom, it's just
Soto.
to see a kid, that Juan Soto, to see a guy that is that young and that composed. And if that's the case, sometimes, here you go, Nats fans, listen to this. This is your baseball fan Mike telling you this. Get ready, because a guy like that can take you through a decade. A guy like that can actually take it. If he is, not only with the skill set that he has, but if he is that Mr. Clutch, with guys up there throwing 97-mile-an-hour fastballs and 91 sliders, which is, knowing baseball the way I do, it is indescribable just how difficult it can be for a guy that throws almost 100 miles an hour, a fastball that comes in at your nipples.
Yes.
And then he throws another pitch that's coming right at your nipples. You're like, well, I'm going to time this one. And then it's like somebody drops it off a porch and the ball just goes straight down. These guys are so talented. You think that it's easy. It's not. These guys, especially when you watch a guy like Max Scherzer pitch,
right?
He's throwing every inch of his body into these pitches, and it still goes into this little square area. I'm reinvigorated with a little baseball. I don't know if I'll stay up all night tonight.
How happy were you with the Fox coverage?
The Fox coverage is fantastic. I think it's great. I think it's really steady.
I like the three. So they had this graphic. This is the first time I've seen this.
Okay,
right.
Where they showed the not this like Fox used to have this gimmick where they would show you the trajectory of the pitches.
Yeah.
But now with this new technology, and it's been around forever. I'm sorry, I just don't watch baseball enough to know. But to see all the pitches go in at the same time and to see exactly what you're talking about, what a slider.
Oh, the spread of the, yeah.
91 miles an hour is basically his curveball. And by the way, Max Scherzer's got more motor skills than I do, as I just literally dropped an entire half glass of water onto my fat shelf belly.
Was that
right here?
Is that your slider?
I don't know. Maybe I'm nervous.
This is
curveball.
Don't jinx it, Mike.
No, don't.
It's craziness, but it's just it's fun, and I love the person that posted the R.P. McMurphy clip from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, where he just wants to watch the World Series.
Yes.
That motivated me to go watch that game again.
Let's watch the ball game.
Mr. McMurphy, we've already taken our vote. What's the actress who plays the nurse?
Nurse Ratched is...
It's not Ellen Burstyn. It's the other one.
Oh, no.
Audrey Hepburn.
It's not
no,
Audrey
it's not
Hepburn.
Audrey Hepburn. She plays the nurse. If you want to see the definition of dead RBF eyes, have you ever seen an Oscar? Have you ever seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
No, I've heard about it.
Oh my God, it is fantastic, and it's about
Louise
a guy,
Fletcher. Louise Fletcher.
Mm-hmm. Louise Fletcher. But bring up a picture of Louise Fletcher and show it to Oscar. It's really that. She has the deadest eyes, and she is the nurse on this psych ward.
Yes,
and she runs it. She's obviously just as disturbed as the patients. You've got a young Christopher Lloyd. You've got a young Danny DeVito in that.
Wow.
You've got Jack Nicholson playing a cray. It is one Academy Award.
It's a great
Michael
film.
Douglas movie, and it was really, really fantastic.
Did you know that it was actually purchased by Kirk Douglas, and he wanted to play McMurphy, but it took so long to make it, he was too old to play it by the time.
And then Michael Douglas didn't want to do it. He directed it or produced it or something like that.
Producer, I think. Yeah, this is her Dead Eyes.
Great movie.
Oh wow,
that's her.
In color.
We've already taken our vote, Mr. McMurphy. It's like, and then he goes out and the TV, they won't turn the TV on because they've got control over it. So he pretends he's watching the
Mike,
series,
you know how I know
it pisses her off.
You know how I know you're passionate about this and you're in? Is because just the day before you're like, guys, I've got a 6-year-old. I have to be in bed by 9 o'clock.
That's right.
Yeah, I know.
You
It's,
had to have stayed
when I
up
saw
till
your
at least,
post come up.
At least 1 o'clock last night.
I'll tell you the drill. I watched the beginning few innings, and then I'm like, no, I can't do this. I'm going to go in and read my book, The Invisible Bridge. I'm going to read this epic that I'm reading, this 700-page book that I'm reading. And so I go in, and then I'm like, okay, I'm tired. And then as I turn the light, I got a reading light, so I won't disturb the queen. And then I'm sitting there with my peepers open. I'm like, Let's see. It's about 10:40.
Just look at the score.
Let's go out.
Yeah, just look at the score.
Shut the door,
That's all you need.
Put my headphones on, pop it on, and then it's just like, okay, here we are. And it's a close enough game and fabulous baseball. So, do we have Ms. What's going on?
Miss Goff is not answered.
The production elements.
Yes.
She's calling us.
No, we're calling her and she hasn't answered her phone yet. So I suggest we start the show and try after we get through the show open.
All right, let's start the show, and then hopefully we will talk to Angie Goff, and then we will move on with the show. And like all beautiful women, they love to disappoint me.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
Mr. Agosi, I know you're very busy, but can I have your autograph?
Certainly.
You know which movie of yours I love, Mr. Lugosi? The Invisible Ray. You were great as Karloff's sidekick.
Karloff? Sidekick?
You! Karloff does not deserve to smell my shit. That limey sucker can rot in hell for all I care.
What happened?
How dare that bring up Karloff? You think it takes talent to play Frankenstein? It's all makeup and then grunting.
Bella, I agree 100%. Now, Dracula, that's a role that requires talent.
Of course. Dracula requires presence. It's all in the eyes and the voice and the head.
That's right. That's right. You seem a little agitated. You want to go outside and get some air?
Bullshit. I'm ready now. Roll the camera.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, from his office chair, here's Mike.
That is a clip from the movie Ed Wood with Johnny Depp playing the character of Willy Wonka. Live from the Podcast Village studios in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. This is the Mike O'Mara Show. We are delighted to have you with us all the way from Deerwood, Maryland. Oh, I'm sorry, It's Durwood. Like Durwood Kirby, who was an old actor. Durwood, Maryland, Clearwater, Kansas, Guffey Hollow, Pennsylvania, Wham, Sutter, Wyoming, Colonial Beach, Virginia. I hear that. Let's go to Tim's River Shore, and then we will go to Colonial Beach.
Ooh.
Yeah. Let's go down and have some of them crabs.
Hey, would you like
I'm
a beer with them crabs?
Do you want a beer? Why don't we go on my boat? Yes. I am worth $10 million. Let's get some of them crabs.
Are you worth $10 million or you're worth $10 million?
$10 million. Look at that wake. All right. Anyhow, this program brought to you by FabFitFun. The 2019 FabFitFun Fall Box is on sale now. The Fall Box is the perfect way to treat yourself or others while you get yourself ready for autumn with their amazing box of products. FabFitFun takes the hassle out of shopping by doing it for you. Each box is customized to your interests, delivered right to your door. This box is full of so many cool things. You got to see it to believe it. Carla and I fight over the exfoliating pads. I want my skin smooth as a baby's bottom.
And you've never looked better.
Yep. I said, get away from me. Get away from me. Get. Many products' individual value is more than the entire cost of the box. Carla flips out when the FabFitFun box arrives. It's like Christmas 4 times a year. She screams, she dances, and such laughter like you wouldn't believe. Oh, you should see what they put in it now.
We got a clinker.
FabFitFun is a seasonal subscription box with full-size beauty, but don't let the Buckhantz dogs get near it. When it comes into your house, if they deliver your FabFitFun box, make sure immediately after it comes in, you shut that door. Otherwise, the Buckhantz dogs are going to come in with their big hound dog ears, and then you'll shut the door, and one of them will get trapped in the door, and you'll hear.
When they run through the house, will you yell anything?
Shoo! Buckhantz! FabFitFun is a seasonal subscription box with full-size beauty, fitness, fashion, and lifestyle products. No samples of anything. It retails for $49.99, but always has a value over $200. Go to FabFitFun.com to sign up and start getting the box for a life well lived. Use promo code TMOS to get $10 off your first box. That's over $200 for only $39.99. Go to FabFitFun.com and use my code TMOS to get $10 off your first FabFitFun box. Welcome to the show. We have Angie.
Not yet. Would you like to hear about our...
We're done. No. We move on.
Okay.
We move on now. You effed it up.
Yep.
We move on.
Yes.
That's the way it works.
Yep.
Producers of the year.
Yes.
There we go. And nothing like when you've got 4 hours of sleep to come in and have that. That's always just a reminder of just how well-oiled certain elements of this program are.
We move on.
Why call before the show and get everything lined up? Why not just wait till we're flying along and have it go like that? Yes, sir. From somebody who's just down the hallway, wanted to come on our show. I don't know how it happened, but that's it. That's it. But I'm not going to get mad, even though I'm sleep deprived. Why would I get mad at that? When we sit there and we do a dance, and because it's not. No, we do not do cartwheels for TV people anymore. That's the way it goes.
We shouldn't do it for anybody.
We shouldn't.
No.
It's true.
What happened with Ms. Goff?
We were confirmed as of last night. We were confirmed.
That last night, how long have you been doing this? It's before the show in the morning. That's when we confirm. If it's last night, things happen. You know what I mean? That's the way it is.
I understand.
It's been like that. My God.
Mike, you know what? Let me take this. You're absolutely right. My assumption was, and this I made an ass of myself, is that our protocol was that we call early before the show to double confirm.
When it should be done. That's when it should be done.
And but that's on me. That is on me.
No, it's on me. It was established last night when we spoke that I would text her this morning a reminder. She confirmed last night. Text her this morning, half hour out, and gave her 15 minutes out, but did not hear back.
Okay, but that's the problem. When you give someone a text out, whether it's Angie, who's our friend,
right,
or anybody else, no, I want to know you're up.
Right.
I want to know you're up. I want to know you're up and you're not on television and you didn't get roped into another broadcast or something else is happening.
So it would have been lovely to talk. But you know what? To be honest with you, I watched the game last night. I watched the end of it. I know that everybody, but I have to say, and this is somebody who has been accused of being a fair weather fan before. I have been labeled this. I think maybe with the Washington Capitals, which was just total indignation when I said, how dare you? I am now, as I watch the Nats-Astros World Series, I am a casual observer, and I can watch from afar, and come on. All of you people that I haven't heard peep one out of you about the Nationals, and suddenly it takes the World Series for you to, change your status and all that. Come on. If you do, at least take a playoff game and do it. You know what I mean? At least do that. Too many people are just now talking about the Nats, and I'm doing it because I'm a broadcaster, and that's my job.
And Mike, yes. Look, I'm one of these people, and we've established that I'm a fraud.
You get a pass because you're a broadcaster.
Yeah, but I'm a fraud that's going to the World Series.
Big thing.
Yeah,
47. Is it still 47% of our audience? Over almost half of our audience is still in the D.C. area, correct?
Oh, 100%, yeah.
So we have to talk about this. I got crap.
Yeah, but
I did it one time. I didn't mention the big game was coming up that night. I got 20 messages.
I agree. You know? I get on. So I finish Big O and Dukes. The game doesn't end until roughly a little after midnight. Most of the guys leave. Maybe 3 guys left. I wanted to finish watching the game.
Sure.
And listening to it on the MLB Network feed or on the radio is not the same.
You like the TV presentation.
Because you're already invested and we're watching.
Yeah.
And then
this is a long time coming for this city.
It's a
big deal for the
You also have the
nation's
superstitious side that only comes out when S like this happens. Like, okay, like if they can hold this lead, if none of us leave. If none of us leave, they will hold this lead.
You figured out a way to make it about you.
And then this will work out, and they're going to win this one. Even if they split away, it's going to be awesome. I get on the effing road, and it was like rush hour traffic.
Yeah, people getting back home to watch the game.
Yep.
They want to go home and watch.
No. They were finished. They had just finished watching the game wherever they were watching it.
Oh,
this is 66.
I get it.
Oh, so they're all going home after the game.
They're all going home.
Yeah. I understand.
I said, where's this traffic from?
I don't know how you do it. I woke up this morning at 5:30. And bless my wife, she got up. And I normally will just be sitting there. If I'm having a sleep in, which goes till 5:45 at the very latest, I will normally hear stirring.
Right.
She gets up, I hear do-do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do, and then she shuts the alarm off. And then the next thing I know, it's 10 of 6, and my son is saying to me, Dad, wake up. And I'm like, no. There's no beer. There's no alcohol.
Right.
There's no nothing. What there was the adrenaline surge, even when I don't have a dog in the fight, of watching athletic competition and then popping over to HBO, which I think is almost strategic. They got this new show called Watchmen on there, and I'm so pumped up after the game, and I'm watching the replay of that or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just to say that I'm with it today. I wasn't with it yesterday, and that's when I went to my my air doctor,
CPAP.
my breathing doctor.
CPAP guy.
So I've got more oxygen being shoved into my fat ass lungs than I've had before. So that's the only thing that saved me today. That's the only thing that I'm with.
Technology.
The only thing that meant that we didn't have to pry you and put you in a box today.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So,
All right.
there's a bunch of frauds, but they all want to be part of what hopefully is
it's the human condition.
experience.
But I think Oscar has elevated it to a new level, though. For
The bandwagon?
the bandwagon DC fan.
Yeah, but both of you guys aren't sports fans. You're not.
No.
You
That's
can
true.
pretend
No,
to be,
no.
but you're not. But you've gotten better over the years.
I follow
and,
the NASDAQ more than I follow sports.
Yeah,
You
I
should
am
be following the Nats deck.
I am a sports fan.
Thanks.
There is at
you
this
love
time
it.
of year. There is a. But by the way, I was not a diligent playoff watcher once the Red Sox were eliminated. But I will watch the occasional game. I watch 1 to 2 professional football games a week. We're going to get Maddie to come in just a second.
But you're our sports guy.
You can watch any sport with some sort of interest, even if you're not vested. However, though, you have to admit the demeanor changed once the Red Sox went all the way.
Well, after the second World Series,
even after the first, I think it changed
after
a
the
little
first,
bit.
the passion. When you wait that long, it is exactly the same thing as when a young man, in a spirited moment of gymnastics, realizes his 12 to 17-year-old quest to achieve the top of the mountain biologically, and then afterwards he looks over and goes, and then he looks over and says, "All right, it's not special anymore." But that's really the same thing with the Red Sox.
Such a romantic.
They got there.
They finally put out.
They finally, it's like the scene where Paul Sorvino walks down the stairs of the courthouse to greet Ray Liotta, the boy playing the young Ray Liotta. So you broke your cherry.
Mike, I don't think it's fair to categorize. Our team we're interested because of the broadcasting element as far as the World Series is concerned.
Right.
The drama that is within our world of betting and sports.
Yes.
If you were looking just at the odds as far as if the Nationals were going to win last night's game,
Right.
with the pitcher that was up against them, he was supposed to be unhittable.
They say he's the greatest pitcher on earth right now.
Unhittable.
It is the moment of truth in baseball. Unlike a lot of other sports, it is just so difficult. And ask anybody, they all say the same thing. Hardest thing to do in professional sports is hit a major league fastball. That's the hardest thing. That put that bat on that ball. And so you have guys that just go into this zone. Now, there are sports psychologists out there. There are people that help these guys from high school on when they develop their talent. But it is still something to behold. There's an element of luck unlike any other. There's the human element of the umpire. Baseball is a wonderful sport, and I love to see the game enhanced by a game one like that. And if they're all like that, it's going to be fun. I just hate right now, I'm at the stage where being neither a passionate Nats fan or an Astros fan, there is an element of athletic competition that I think is at a very special level. This could be a very special World Series. So we'll wait and see what happens. I hate blowouts. This is what I hate and when I don't have a dog in the fight, I hate a blowout. I like to see
competition, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, speaking of sports, let's bring the commissioner in.
Oh, Commish!
We'll get it all out of our system, and then we can take our break.
I like it.
And
I like it.
let's bring her in here, Maddie Masiello, who has been doing an amazing job as commissioner of our little picks.
If you recall, Mike, we wanted to abbreviate her segment yesterday, and she had a stern no.
Yeah.
Yes, she wanted her time to come in here and talk about it. Now, I have to this day, I have not even reviewed. I don't remember my picks. I don't know where I stand in the competition. So we bring in Maddie Roquefort Masiello to discuss cheese. No, to discuss the football picks. Hi, Maddie.
Hello.
How are you? A little panic in the back room today with the guest not showing?
A little bit.
Yeah.
But work together.
It is.
Work together. No, don't work against each other. Right. Yes.
Always.
That's not what I do. I berate.
Maddie said, "Work together," and she looked at me and was like,
Mike, you don't berate.
I can't see her. That's kind of special. What?
You don't berate. You be great.
I be great. Yeah, right. F you. All right. So anyway, and of course I blame
sideways.
Rob. I blame Rob even if he wasn't responsible for getting the guest, just from the history alone. And nobody likes guests more than Rob Spiewak.
Yeah, nobody beats the whiz.
Actually, you do like guests when we get them, right? I mean, you have a feeling of satisfaction when the guest comes
out.
I like
and
when
it
it's
works
been a
out.
good segment.
Yeah. I do. Yeah. I do.
DGH. That's what it would be. Because we know Goff so well, he probably got happy and was like, "Oh, this will all work out. Texas good."
I think Buckhantz will be an easy pull.
Yeah,
that's my prediction with you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Maddie, let's go. Let's get to it. Take it away. Week number 7. Was it week 7 in the NFL?
Yes.
All right.
Week 7. Can you give her a little more game?
Yep.
Much closer this week. It was looking like an upset, but once again, for what I think is the 3rd week in a row, Oscar Santana takes the week with 9-4. Mike and Rob just one game behind, tied at 8-5.
But you know what sucks about that?
I won?
It's my worst kind of week ever.
I really didn't know that. Oh my God.
Lying!
So
lying!
There's no way.
Gotta be lying.
Weird.
Got to be lying.
Hey, look, I wasn't done alone. I would like to thank everybody that was involved in my picks, myself.
Hey, you know what my favorite part? I have a new favorite part of this week is when yesterday or the day before when Oscar inherently lied and said, "Oh, I think I had a bad week. Oh no!" And
I'm used to getting at least 10 games.
Yeah,
it's clearly I got 9 this time.
Maddie, I don't expect you to come in with this.
You picked against the Patriots.
Mm-hmm. Was there any standout upset that Oscar picked?
He picked the Vikings when the two of you picked the Lions, and he also picked the Cardinals when the two of you picked the Giants.
Yeah, and then I picked the Jets against the Patriots, and I was clearly wrong there.
Because he didn't look. That's why. I can't believe I won.
My love affair with my hometown team, I'm done. The Giants. I will be picking coldly without that homer element anymore. The luster's off. They suck. And I'm tired of their Wonder Boy QB from Duke University, good for like 3 turnovers a game now.
What university?
He's too stupid to know that some DB is coming at him at 50 miles an hour, ready to knock his block off.
What university?
Duke. God, that sucks.
I don't.
So what's the overall?
You've been saying you're done with the Giants all season though.
Well, I watched.
And I should have picked the Ravens, and that's my team. I should have picked them. I didn't pick them. You guys picked them.
Oh, that's good, Oscar.
Yeah.
That's why you didn't win by much.
Man, oh man. So what's the overall now, Maddie?
Overall, Mike, you are at 57-46. Rob is at 61-42. And Oscar is at 67-36.
Oh, wow.
He's
a juggernaut.
He is running away with this.
Hey, you know what? This begs a question. What listener is doing his picks for him?
Oh, no. No one's doing that.
Oh, because you've never done your own football research. Ever.
Oh, now you're saying I'm cheating?
No, I never said you were cheating. I just want to know the process.
No, my process is to sit there and deduce what is probably going to happen in the future. And I say, and then I took a flyer with the Jets because the Jets had a surprising win the week before. And then I was like, maybe the Patriots, they'll say we got this in the bag because the Jets stink.
Hi, Oscar, it's me. Make sure you pick against the Lions.
You think I've got a tout? No, all these games were so close.
I need a tout.
They were so close.
I need a tout, and I'm tired of matching. I hate the way we shot them all out at the same time.
I think.
Oh, you don't
There's
like
nothing we can do.
I guess, the agreement?
What, the
No,
process?
I mean, look, the process is the process.
Trust
I
the process.
Accept it.
Trust the process.
I accept. Yeah, you are. Yeah, I have
I'd
to
be happy
have
too,
an
Oscar, if I
incredible
were you.
season.
Yeah.
I mean, you're so far in front of me. I mean, I don't want to.
Oh, is it 11
10
games?
games.
10
10
games.
games.
Mike, that's easy to pull off. You could catch that in 2 weeks.
Bull dookie.
No, you
It
could.
is not.
He
no.
did. He did.
All right,
We've
I'll
got
try.
so much in front of us.
Well, I mean, a lot of these games have been a little lopsided. It's going to get tougher.
Yeah,
I think it's going to get tougher.
But these games that like the cards game, that was back and forth, like could have lost that one easily.
You better look for me
You're
coming
lying.
in tomorrow and coming in armed with info. I am doing my
Intel.
research. I am going to do my research during my non-times when I'm passing out of my easy chair today, struggling to maintain consciousness with like 2.5 hours of sleep.
Mike, what
I'm
you
gonna
should
do
do
the
is
best I can.
dream about the NFL. And
Yeah,
then the
exactly.
answers will come to you.
Right. And you know what? And my problem here is that I've got to not do it in a lazy, formulaic way. I have to spend some time. So let's see
Can
what
I give you a
happens
tip?
here.
Just one tip.
Yeah, Mike,
Yeah,
take a
you
tip from a
just roll
winner.
it.
10 games in front of me, you can give me any tip you want.
I think almost by week 3 you had tipped your hand and said that you always look at the home team advantage. If there's a home team advantage, where they are.
Right.
Don't focus on that.
All right.
And also,
I appreciate that, tip.
Yeah.
I know from the past that of what little research I've done, the home team advantage is usually figured into the point spread already to the tune of 3 points.
Well, somebody did a little extra research.
I've just known this
eh?
for some time. I've known this for
That's
some
a pretty
time.
decent piece of knowledge there. I know what I'm up against. I know what I'm up against now. Both of you. I'm coming to play. I'm coming to play. All right, Maddie, anything else?
Well, I have an idea because I think we should incentivize the weekly games that go beyond money.
Yes.
So,
I'm ready. I'm ready to hear what you propose.
couple ideas, and you can choose between the two of them. Either the winner can pick after both of the losers of the week shout their answers out.
Oh, so this speaks directly to what you were just saying, Mike, that you don't like
Yes, it wouldn't all be
the
at the same
system.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I get
One.
it.
Or the winner can pick one of the losers' picks for the week.
So that means this week, Oscar could pick one of Mike's games.
Or yours.
Or mine, because it
Yes,
was a tie.
you were
Yeah.
also a loser.
That's right.
Maddie,
Yes, Mike?
let me get back to you on that.
Okay. Just
Let me
an
get back to
idea.
you on that. Just an idea.
I like
Yeah.
where your head's
That's
at.
good.
That's
I like
good.
that you're thinking.
Yes.
I like that you're thinking, Buffalo. I like that. That's terrific. That's good stuff. We have to take a break. That's good. And tomorrow, Nikki Diamond will be here,
Yes.
and we'll see what happens. But I am just devastated. I am devastated by these results this week. I have to do something dramatic. Call in Jonah Hill, all right, with Brad Pitt.
Moneyball.
That's a different sport. We'll take a break and come back with more fun on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Hey, Allison, did you know that you can ask your Amazon Alexa to play the Mike O'Mara Show?
Seriously? That's awesome. What do I have to say?
It's simple. Just say, Alexa, please, 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 with a cherry on top, I'm begging you, please play the Mike O'Mara Show.
Now playing The Mike O'Mara Show.
Oh, did you have to sound that desperate, though?
Oh, I didn't think it sounded desperate.
I thought it was quite polite, sweet even.
Alexa, are you seeing anyone at the moment?
My creator Jeff for a while, but I'm single now, hot stuff.
What is this even a commercial for?
To tell our listeners that The Mike O'Mara Show is just an Alexa ask away. Remember, I can play The Mike O'Mara Show for you, today and every day. All you need to do is ask Alexa.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Cornerstone. Listen to some wisdom from Cornerstone. Predicting the future ain't easy, but when it comes to the housing market, there are a few indicators and trends that can give you a fairly good idea of where things are headed. For example, a chief economist recently said that he believes the housing market is entering a golden period. And I quote, I've got personal information on that down here. I am watching a lot of houses that were on the market and now they ain't because they got sold.
Yeah.
Says here, we're in a very special environment for housing demand. For the first time since World War II, we have mortgage rates below 4%. while at the same time the unemployment rate is below 4%. That's a golden period. That will stimulate activity, and we expect sub 4% mortgage rates and sub 4% unemployment rate through at least the end of 2020. That's according to this economist. You don't want to be left out in this golden period. Home appreciation is up, and tappable home equity is at an all-time high. Rates are at record lows, and with Cornerstone's offer to meet or beat any competitor, the golden period is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to eliminate your PMI, pay off credit cards, student or car loans, or do home improvement. Call my friend Mark Livingstone at Cornerstone First Financial. Mark, you might be hearing from me soon.
Hey.
Dial 202-625-1221 or check the web at cornerstonefirst.com. That's Cornerstone First Financial, personal attention from application to closing. I talk about the school system down here and how my son is very, very happy. Two things of note. Number one, at the beginning of the year, we went to the open house to meet the teacher for my son, and she was out to here, pregnant, and then she had her assistant who was going to take the class. I really don't know.
Identical triplets.
I think one baby.
I don't know if
she's
you
had a
ask
baby.
these questions if that's politically correct these days.
Big win for Daddy. I walk into the school and I see two very competent teachers and one who's been with Michael for the whole school year. And I see the other lady who's getting ready to take a leave. Said she was going to take her leave in October. I think she took her leave like a week later. And as soon as that happened, I leaned over to my wife and said, "She's not coming back." I said, well, "She's what?" I said, well, "The whole thing is I've seen this before.
It's a setup.
I know how this goes. This
You've been
goes.
set up.
Yesterday, the announcement, she will be gone till the end of the year. So she's not coming back. I looked at my wife. I said, "Who knows these things? Who knows these things?" Here's the good news. The lady that took over, fantastic.
That's cool.
Love her. Michael loves her. She's a great teacher. So everything is fine. However, the transportation situation down here, to quote my dear friend, Mr. Eric Bones Bickle, is a show. It is a big show. It sucks. And I have now, through the modern technology, I have this wonderful app on my phone that says, it's the Where's the Bus app.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And I'm looking at this thing, and it's got the number, and it shows inactive until he fires up the old yellow transportation vehicle, and then it goes active, and that's usually when we roll out of the house and drive over to the bus stop.
Do you get push notifications? Does it send alarms, or do you have to click in and watch it?
No, it is a slow-moving, poorly tracking app that I think it updates every 60 seconds.
I have a good name for it.
Old technology.
I have a good name for it. We have Waze. We could call this Lays.
Lays.
Because it's lazy.
Where you will get 5.6 miles and then suddenly 3.8 miles. You're like, go. Because it's just, it would appear that the bus went 1 mile an hour out of the parking lot and then hands effing solo got onto the bus and pressed a button and it went.
See the stars moving towards you.
But today, irrelevant.
Yeah.
Because the bus is inactive. By the way, the drill in our house, Carly gets up at 5:30. I get up at 5:30 usually, sometimes a little bit later, walk Sir P in the bed outside to do his business. And
just be glad that's not your nickname.
Oh no, he's mad at her.
Yeah, he's mad at her for some reason.
Yeah,
don't know what it is.
No.
He didn't get a treat today after he came in.
Literally pissed.
Literally,
he's in a weird behavior mode. Not sure. Not going to worry about it. But then 6:30ish, usually the bus goes active. I take Michael to the bus stop. By 6:40. Usually he's picked up and I'm coming back. And
is that the prescribed pickup time? If this was a pre-app world, like he's going to school in the 80s.
6:39.
6:39? That's way early. That's very early.
It is. He has picked him up at exactly 6:39. Let me see how many times. Never.
Oh.
Has he?
Yeah, never.
Has he ever been early?
In the morning?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
No, that's saved for the end of the day. But it's not like it's dramatic. Like when he's supposed to be dropped off at 2:55, and sometimes he'll be dropped off at 2:40. So it's a really, really wonderful, efficient
15 minutes?
It's nuts. It's not. It is so inconsistent. It is so crappy. As good as I like the school, the transportation situation down here is badass. I welcome those of you that have suffered through the same type of thing. I guess it's I don't know where the weak link is. I don't know what it is.
I hope that if someone's listening right now has maybe a son who's 6 as well.
Right.
And the passion you're showing for this. Like I'm actually jealous of Small Mike because I remember being a kid and this bus thing happening all the time and being by the way, standing there with 3 Haitian kids, two Haitian twins, and their cousin that maybe was in town for the year.
Haitian or Asian?
Haitian.
Okay, it helps me paint the picture.
And being like, oh, maybe we missed it.
Yeah.
And then kind of looking at each other like, no, our little watches, our Casio watches that we had because we didn't have a phone, means that we didn't miss it because there was other kids around us. And then we'd have to walk to you would see a pack of kids.
Sure.
Walk to one kid's nice watch, Mike. Talk to one Casio watch. Yes, it says Casio. Yes.
Thank you, Walmart.
And we'd all trundle into their kitchen because he had a parent that was home.
Right.
And then we'd say, hey, Mrs. So-and-so didn't show up. And then it'd be like, oh, let me call the school. It would be, we wouldn't get there till lunchtime.
And I can totally relate because it was for me, I was the only kid at my stop.
You were one of one.
One of one.
Oh, that's so lonely.
When you thought, and I can remember days when there was snow on the ground and it was not close. It was not close to the house. It wasn't a pickup out front. I had to walk to the main drag. And I'm thinking, did I blow this? I couldn't have blown this. He's coming, right? He's coming. Gotta be coming.
Terrible.
I didn't blow this.
It's so bad.
And then you start seeing, and I would see buses go by, because, you'd see, my pickup was on Route 123 in Vienna. And I hate that town. And
that's
I could
a
see
main drag too. Yeah. For those of you who don't know DC, that's a main drag.
I could see way down and then see yellow.
Cheese wagons here.
Yeah, is that bus 81? Is it 81? Is it 81? Is it?
You remember the number?
It was 246. Those pig effers. And then was it 297? And then you start seeing bus numbers that you don't see every day. That's 892. I don't know that bus. Where's 81?
I can't believe I'm 60 and still dealing with this right
I
now.
know,
But it's
right?
crazy.
Yeah, but you care.
But it's horrifying.
But we have options too. We have options. So it's she's going out. She's got to be at her class at 9 o'clock. I got this show to tape at 9 o'clock. We can take him over there to go through the process of drop
off.
Oi.
No.
God, I mean, it's just we wonder what the deal is. Shouldn't the standards be the same for transportation as they are in the schools? When somebody told me this comes down to pay.
Yeah.
This comes down. They can't lure quality people, but I don't buy that because this guy, when he's on it, I'd love to get the story. He's always complaining about the quality of the bus.
Mike,
he's always saying the bus is going to break down.
So as a kid, I would walk to school for the majority of my elementary school years.
It will break down
because it was half a mile away. Probably good for you. Then they renovated the school, so we had to now take a bus.
Right.
And then I remember when my parents put me into private school. God bless them. I said, "There's no bus to take me." I'm 14.
Yeah.
And she said, "Yeah, it's the Y8 Metro. You've been riding it your entire life." And
Metro at 14.
Yeah, well, Metro since I was a kid to go to the orthodontist.
Bless you, Mike. God bless you.
She said the school didn't have a bus. That my dad wouldn't pay for the bus to come my way.
Oh, that was like an upsell?
Yeah, that was an upsell. So I had to go and take the effing Metro.
Wow.
To Metro bus.
Sweaty nickels?
Yeah, sweaty. Well, no, at that point, you're like a kid, but you're living that latchkey life coming back from the orthodontist.
Yeah.
When you're a freshman, you feel like an adult because you're getting up there, had a little blazer.
Did it empower you or did you hate it?
It empowered me because it's I'm doing this since I was a kid. Now I'm commuting to work, so I would be at the bus stop at 14 in my little uniform.
Commuting to
and
work.
I wasn't I didn't have a growth
spurt.
So
you would have to take a Metro to the bus stop?
Metro bus.
A Metro bus to your regular school.
To school.
Oh, actually to school.
To school. Every morning.
How close was the drop off to the school? Because Metrobus couldn't go on property.
No, but the school was in a major drag, and so was my our townhouse development.
All right.
But it wasn't bad. But I'd be standing there with businessmen, women, and I'm always looking around I wonder what they're doing today.
Did you?
A lot of
ever
smokers.
Get anybody?
A lot of smokers.
Did you ever get anybody look at you sadly, and just say, poor little boy.
No, I feel at that point they are so distraught that the Y8 is running a little late, because if you think people get pissed when school buses are late, when the bus is late, there's an effing problem. There's an effing problem, like the city bus.
We'll see what happens this afternoon, because pickup, another adventure. We'll see what happens with the little guy, but that's sad.
You care. You care, though.
Yeah.
You care. This is really important to you.
We have a couple of options. Mrs. O'Mara and I have a couple of options. What about the people that don't? You know what happened? The people that don't. Okay, this is a 6:40 pickup. You know what time they got picked up? Like 8:40. That's when they got picked up.
Oh my God!
That's when they got picked up. That's literally when my wife got a text where somebody's like, "Oh, by the way,
8:40."
And this is run by the county. This is not some sort of private firm. This is government-funded transportation.
Well, they don't pay state taxes.
It's run by the mafia. It's run by the mafia. Run by the mafia.
You know that's not true, because if it was the mob, it'd be run right.
Yeah, be run efficiently. Yeah. The Miami mob. All right. We'll take a break. Rob, do you want to talk about your Apple, or do you want to talk about your daughter?
I'm talking about my daughter, I think, because it's a little upsetting.
College drama coming up right here on the Mike O'Mara Show. Hello, this is your president. I was elected by you. Good. If you're hearing me now, you're listening to TMOS. Funny. But what if you want to see me? You can't. Sad. Because you don't watch radio. Sounds. But Mike Pence recently told me that you can watch this radio show. Surprise! Just go to YouTube and search Mike O'Mara Show Kofefi. Then you can subscribe and watch the show every day with Old Mike, Bald Rob, and Creepy Oscar. Distrustful. Also, Pony and Maddie Afterthought. Sad. TMOS on YouTube. I would watch it, but I'm too busy eating meals at my White House. American fast food. It's the fastest and the greatest, and it's the funnest, winningest, successfulest, tallest, wettest, shiniest food in the planet. So remember, YouTube, it's on a computer, also on my tweet thing. Just put a taco salad in my pocket, and God bless America.
Sad.
When I laugh that much,
great.
I'm not laughing at me. I'm laughing at him. Rob Spiewak wrote that. That is so funny. You can write for Donald Trump like nobody can write for Donald Trump.
Thank you.
I request sometime before Christmas, I'd love me another one of those. Those are fun. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Zappos.
Yes.
You all know that TMOS is gearing up to celebrate our 10th anniversary, but you know that Zappos turns 20 this year. Have you been to Zappos and seen the amazing bargains you can get on that website?
The best.
Incredible. Happy birthday, Zappos. 20 years of the absolute best customer service and a selection that is unmatched. Thanks to over 1,000 trusted brand names, Zappos.com is able to help millions of customers create a long-lasting wardrobe that they love. We are excited to continue our thriving partnership with Zappos, and we celebrate it with our return to Las Vegas for our 10th anniversary, hosted by our friends at Zappos. Our partnership is built on listener support, so whether it's footwear, outerwear, anywhere, basically if you wear it, get it at Zappos. Do that for us. I would consider that a personal favor, and you will save money in the process. We just ask that you support us both by accessing Zappos through our website. Just click the banner. The banner, as Paul and Christine would say. As always, Zappos.com provides fast, free shipping, free and easy returns, 24/7 friendly customer service, and a 365-day return policy. Thanks to Zappos.com, there's never been a better time to look your best. Thank you, Zappos. See you in Vegas. And now on to the you said a little college drama?
Yeah.
With your daughter. It's been smooth sailing with your daughter since she... way back when she was in high school and she lied about the internet.
No, that was she was in elementary school when she did that.
Yesterday.
That was elementary school?
My God.
Yeah, it was.
Boy, that clock
Truly
on
a
the wall
jelly
flies.
bean.
First of all, I have to say I remain extraordinarily proud of her. Thank you, Oscar. It's a lovely memory.
It's funny.
And sometimes
he does have that memory, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He remembers all these things. Can't remember to look at a clock, but
it's so perfect.
Jelly bean is right in the front of his head.
That brought it all together at the end. That was funny.
So I have to start by saying I remain extraordinarily proud of her. She has always been a great source of pride, especially academically. VCU is, believe it or not, when I went, if you had money, they let you in essentially. But it is now the second best art school in America. And the fact that she got in there based on her portfolio is a real source of pride for me. And that she's doing well.
Wonderful.
Doing well with her roommates, doing well with classes. But she also is, as we go back to the word jelly bean, she can manipulate a little bit.
Oh, really?
So Carrie gets a different story from her than I do. And I text her at most every day, and it's usually, love you, miss you, what's going on? She says, doing great. I organized everyone in my suite to get flu shots so we don't get sick. I said, oh, that's really cool.
What an industrious young lady.
Yes, she didn't want to get sick, so she got...
Are you considered an easier mark than Carrie when Julia's giving you info?
Probably not, because what happened is Julia is... very positive when we speak and when we text. And when she came home, she gave me a glowing report of what was going on. That was about 3 or 4 weeks ago. But I do know that one of her best friends of our supper club family, the Chubbicks, their oldest daughter, Jillian, is going to Appalachian State University in North Carolina. And Julia has, to hear it from Carrie's perspective, not doing as well making friends. She's not maybe as outgoing or as involved as she might be. So she's been on some weekends taking the bus to Appalachian State to visit with Jillian. And then And then also
road trips.
Jillian has come up and spent some time there. And the thing is she's having such a good time when she's at Appalachian State, which, by the way, couldn't be any more different than VCU. It is in the mountains. It is gorgeous, tranquil,
well aware.
Very, very scenic.
The faculty there, they're mountain people.
That's right. They're very famous, Mike. They have a program in sports medicine and cider.
We're fixing to move these chars around here in a circle. Welcome to Appalachian State.
No, it's a perfectly good school.
It's a good school.
Accredited.
But
I like you. My favorite. I almost transferred there from Marist College.
Where you were roommates with Bill O'Reilly.
I didn't like their core courses. I wasn't interested in finding moss.
Or
it was selling moss 101.
Well, the thing is their core course is actually about apple cores. It is a core course.
Or their high level trail courses.
Exactly.
Right.
And
I like moonshine. I like moonshine in America. That was one of that I like.
One of the only places when you go to the bookstore to buy merchandise, you can get a hoodie made of moss. It's beautiful.
A moss hoodie.
Moss hoodie.
Right. Right. Yeah.
But anyhow,
is the stadium still referred to there as the Holler?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, enough with the Appalachia jokes. Okay, we're done.
I had to cut down so many trees. What stump are you sitting on?
Their mascot is a jug. It's like XX.
The fighting jugs.
Well, that's their marching band. It's a jug band.
The jug band, yeah. All right, so she's going to Appalachian State, and she likes that better than VCU.
She loved because VCU, she's in the middle of the city. I mean, it is really, it is a urban campus. And so she has said to Carrie, she would like, this is half a semester into her college career, she would like to think about considering transferring to Appalachian State.
Oh,
and when that was brought to me, I said, no, because everything she has done leading up to her college career was to get into an art school, to do graphic design, to be ahead of the curve like this. So she has not come to me with this, but when she does, and if she does, if this is based on the fact that she wants to see a mountain and have a friend, not thick enough, because she has really landed herself in a situation that will really set her up for success in the field she's chosen, and she ain't going to get that at Appalachian State.
When did this all go down?
Over the past week or so, week and a half.
Have you made contact yet?
I have not talked to her about it. I'm still waiting to see if she's going to come to me with it, and I'm waiting to see if it's sort of
just like Angie Goff,
some sort of ploy. Thank you, Oscar. 3, 4, 5. I'm waiting to see how she is going to approach me with it, or if she is, and I'm not going to let her do it. It's just her.
Well, you ought to do that. You ought to nip it in the bud.
Because unless she can come up with something
time for
stronger,
some bud nipping.
Yeah, boo.
Right.
But unless you can come up with something stronger than the fact she likes the campus better, I can't let this happen.
Well, look, all freshmen skits out a little bit. I did. I called my parents and told them I wasn't college material after I went to the class with Dr. D.A. Dredden, who was talking about the Vorsocratica, and in 98-degree weather was wearing a blue blazer with gray flannels and a tie pen.
Oh.
And I said, this ain't me, man. I'm not college material. I remember, I saw my father like probably hooving on a Kent cigarette. Going, hang in there, you'll be all right.
You always paint your father like he's Fred DeCordova.
Yeah, he'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Jesus Christ. Mary, can I get another Birkenberry, please?
I was talking to a neighbor who had his son go to college this year, and we came upon this revelation, which is that college is about half to 60% what you learn there, but the other part of it is learning to be away from home.
Growing up.
It is a growing up course. It's a 4-year course in being away. And if that is what this course is for her, she's screwing it up because she needs to make the wiser decision.
Or is she going through, I guess, the progressions that you would as a freshman?
Could be.
Because and I'll tell you this, so you were so close to home for VC, you could come home when you wanted to.
No, I couldn't, though, because I had a job.
Okay, so you had a job.
Yeah.
I guess the only comparison from when I was away at school and then I'd come back for Thanksgiving break or winter break.
Right.
I knew like the kids that were like further away from home or didn't come home or couldn't come home.
Right.
You could tell they were different. You could tell that they they were becoming these other people, like younger or more mature adults.
Did you have kids that chose to not go home? They would choose to stay at school.
Yeah. So yes,
I couldn't get that. I couldn't understand that for a million years.
Yeah, I would, and also the friend at another school. I went through that with both daughters. I think more with Elizabeth, that she would go to JMU on the weekends for a while,
right?
And but they, that they had the sister thing happening where Elizabeth was there when Catherine was there.
Yeah,
so not that they interacted as much as you would think, but just having that there, it's a tough time.
Support system.
It is, and I think that she ultimately will do just fine. She always has. She's wise beyond her years, but it does. The drama for me is very internal because I don't want to let her know how much I miss her because I don't want to bum her out down there, and also I want her to know that what she's doing is quite normal, but she has to make the right decision ultimately.
Cough if you think that perhaps there is the outside possibility that this is being made to be more than it should be. Thank you. Take a break. Thank you.
Well done.
I have a little bit of.
You like the way I handled that?
I have a little manipulation caught in my throat.
Did I? I handled that pretty well. That's good. Get in the car and drive down to Richmond this weekend.
Get in the car.
Bumpkins. Well, good luck. Will you keep us posted on that?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You should stay there. You're absolutely right. Do they have an art program at Appalachian State?
Yeah, but you draw with a piece of charcoal on a shovel.
We'll take a break. Very good. We'll take a break and come back with news you may not need right here on the Michael Mara Show.
Hey, this guy.
Oh, my cousin Fabrizio's in town from the old country for the holidays. And he don't speak any English so well. So I told him to subscribe to the Michael Mara Bonus Show. It's an hour of uncensored entertainment so he can learn phrases like, it's your passport to the assport. So like Cousin Fabrizio, head over to the MichaelMaraShow.com, click on the bonus show banner. Now let's head back to our main man, Michael Mara.
Thank you, Paulie. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Everyone is unique, which makes it tough when everything you shop for looks the same. But hold on a second. Zazzle. Remember that name. You can customize anything and everything. I got a bunch of Donald Trump golf balls at Zazzle.
Yes.
Just with his head on them, and I gave them to all the Republicans I play golf with. That's true. And they're all like, they
say, hey, new golf balls. Happy.
Yeah. Just go to Zazzle.com, choose from hundreds of products, customize, you're done. Use Zazzle for wedding party planning. They have the best save-the-date cards, invitations, banners, decorations, everything. Business cards.
Yes, everything.
Mrs. O'Mara is using Zazzle to start her business. For gift-giving, Zazzle rocks. The holidays are coming up. You can get customized gifts for everyone on your list. Customized designs from popular brands like Frozen 2, Disney, Harry Potter, Sesame Street. You'll not be able to find them in any store. All right? The Today Show, Good Morning America, and most importantly, your guy right here, Mike O'Mara. We all love Zazzle. you will too. Go to Zazzle.com/TMOS and receive 20% off site-wide now through December 31st. That's Zazzle.com/TMOS for 20% off site-wide. Remember, Zazzle.com/TMOS. And we thank our brand new great friends at Zazzle.
News.
Boo. There are. Was that me? Wow. Did you hear that?
Yeah, there was
that
a
sound
stutter.
weird?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me play it again. Something's afoot with the audio chain. There are the celebrities whose names are most likely to land you on websites carrying virus or malware if you search for them. The number one celebrity always seems to be random, and this year is no different. Would you like the I'm going to give you the top 9 because number 10 I didn't recognize.
Okay.
So I just number 9. These are celebrities. If you search for them, they could give you a virus. Nicki Minaj, number 9.
Yes.
Lil Wayne, number 8. Number 7, Jackie Chan.
Really?
Well,
Number 6, Jimmy Fallon.
See? Jerk.
Number 5, Lupita Nyong'o. Great actress. Number 4, Anna Kendrick. I like her commercials, by the way. I think she's wonderful. Number 3, Sophie Turner. That's Sansa Stark from Game of Thrones.
Right.
Number 2, another night show host, James Corden. And at number 1, Alexis Bledel. Who's Alexis Bledel?
Who is Alexis?
Know?
Well, let me look real quick.
I don't know, but if you
Totally
search,
random, but be aware of those.
if you're Googling
okay?
James Corden, you deserve a virus.
Hey, amen. I'm fat, like Mike and Rob. Yes.
He always looks apologetic that he's even there. Like,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm going to tell a joke now. I'm sorry.
Look how small my jacket is.
It's a tiny jacket.
All right, it's great to be Oprah. Oprah Winfrey surprised Morehouse College with a $13 million donation
Rory
just
Gilmore.
a few weeks ago.
Apologize. She played Rory Gilmore. She's probably most famous for that role.
One of the Gilmore Girls?
Yeah. American actress, Alexis Bledel. And her role is
You sound
Rory.
like John Travolta
Rory
at
Gilmore.
the awards.
Yeah. If you saw her, you know her.
And now you
I
have
just
a
got
virus.
Yeah, exactly. Good for you.
Oprah Winfrey surprised Morehouse. She gave $13 million to the school. The charity didn't end there. Oprah was visiting the school earlier this month, and her car was driving through campus. A freshman saw her and whipped out his phone to record the moment. He leaned in for a selfie and said, quote, "Hey, Oprah." And she joked, quote, "Hey, that's me. That's me in your cracked phone." This is kind of cool. If I had the bucks, I'd do it too. Because I'm sure she told an assistant to do it.
Right.
Less than 2 weeks later, he got a surprise. A brand new iPhone from Oprah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's great.
It came with a personal note that said, quote, "We can't have you out here viewing the world through a cracked screen or a cracked cover. The new camera you're going to love for sure." That's neat.
That's cool. You know,
what a nice touch.
Oprah should come to Podcast Village and buy Rob Ford a new space bar.
Has he got bad computer issues?
The problem is he edits like he hates his computer.
He's an aggressive editor.
And his space bar is in pieces.
It shakes the table. Like in Jurassic Park, when you look at the water, it does that when he hits the space bar. It's crazy.
I like him.
Well, no, he is.
He's wonderful.
But when you have headphones on and you're editing,
yes,
and he just loves to do it on his computer, he can do it at a station, but he loves his computer.
Yeah.
And we're all sitting at the table. You don't realize the noises you're making when no one else has headphones on.
For example, you have
He's
a little
crushing that keyboard.
Have some small talk with Oscar, just like you would at lunch.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, how you doing, Oscar?
This morning.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
We're like,
He's still,
and then sometimes if it's like a really fast edit, you'll get. And it is just
He's efficient.
Part of the sound landscape.
Introduce him to Oprah, and I love you, Rofo. I'm not saying anything bad because you still scare me. Tootie, Blair, Natalie, and Joe from The Facts of Life. You were talking about them yesterday. They're getting back together for a Lifetime Christmas movie. Now, did you say they were getting back together for a reunion, or?
Well, the actresses are being reunited. I don't know the specs on the movie at all.
This is a Christmas movie. Unfortunately, it's not a Facts of Life reunion. Kim Fields, Lisa Welchel, Mindy Cohn, and Nancy McKeon will star in You Light Up My Christmas. It's about a woman played by Fields who returns to her hometown to bring holiday festivity back. It's going to be hard to see those four back together without Rob's favorite actress, Charlotte Rae, who played their house mother, Mrs. Garrett.
Edna Garrett.
Edna Garrett on the Facts of Life. But there's an ice skating rink named after her in the movie.
Do you know how old Edna Garrett is? Do you know she was on the show Car 54, Where Are You?
Jeez.
Charlotte Rae's been old forever.
Well, she's not old anymore.
No, now she's in a box.
Oh, Rob.
There's an ice skating rink named after her in the movie. I don't know if it's like Mrs. Garrett's
No,
ice skating
it's
or
actually called,
Charlotte Rae.
It's not. I know what the name is. It's called Dead Ice Skating Rink.
God. Fields.
The coldest
Kim
ice.
Fields. Kim Fields, you're as old as ice.
Cold as ice.
Fields says, quote, "It's been amazing to work together again and have the ladies' input on their characters from their wardrobe to names, as well as provide fun inside jokes for fans." So that'll be a nice little escape.
I will
for those
still
of you
watch, and I still think Joe is kind of hot.
Okay, very good. That's well, you enjoy that.
Thank you.
There's a haunted house in Summertown, Tennessee called McCamey Manor, and it may be the world's scariest haunted house. If you make it through, you get a $20,000 prize. But no one has ever made it through.
Oh, my God.
Why is it so scary? Here's why. It uses hypnotism to play mind games with people, or more accurately, to psychologically torture them. And it messes with them so much that they all wind up saying the phrase to get out. You really don't want to do this. That's the phrase. If you're interested in trying, you need to sign a 40-page waiver, complete a physical, pass a drug test, prove you have medical insurance, and pass a background check. Wow, what the hell are they doing in there?
Happy Halloween.
Enjoy 20 grand if you make it all the way through.
Wow.
And so they're going to do anything not to let you make it all the way through.
Terrorize you.
It's really horrifying.
I want video.
Video.
If you participate in this holiday, you almost certainly will get fired, and you might even get arrested. But I brought it to the table because I'm down there and you're up there. And I'm not sure saying, but the internet says it's a holiday will hold up in court. Apparently, today is National Slap Your Annoying Coworker Day.
I'm going to move a little further from Oscar. That's okay.
There's no word on whether anyone's ever actually taken advantage of the holiday as a chance to slap a coworker. But if you're hearing it here, you're hearing it on other outlets too.
Sure.
So maybe there'll be a follow-up story.
I saw Allison hit Steve Shenevy this morning on Channel 5.
Channel 5. That's awesome. Yes. Did Angie ever call back?
I just heard from her. She texted that she did not realize the time difference and had her phone on Do Not Disturb because she had a rather late night.
Well, she did. Okay.
And she offers to join us tomorrow so we can discuss that.
That would be wonderful. Okay, very good. And now a little something. So what was the first indication this guy was using counterfeit money? This is great. A woman named Alexis Brown from Scranton, Pennsylvania, made plans last week to sell her iPhone 6S to someone for $100. And when she met the guy, he handed her a roll of bills. The roll was made up of two $1 bills, a $10 bill, and a fake $1 million bill.
Oh.
Well, there's no such thing as a real $1 million bill.
That's $1,012.
Yeah, so saying fake $1 million bill is kind of redundant. Anyway, when she confronted him about the fake bill, he punched her and took off running. The cops are trying to track him down. Cops have also set up roadblocks and a perimeter around Stupidville. There you go. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Here's your $12, lady.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. He got his 6S. Anyway, we'll take a break and come back.
He was actually he was Oprah's assistant. He was buying it for a guy.
Yeah, send it to that college student. We'll be right back, everybody.
And the Lord spoke to his people, providing them these 10 commandments. Thou shalt not worship false podcasts. Thou shalt not use the name of Mike in vain. Honor thy father and mother by buying them a TMOS bonus package. Thou shalt not kill Oscar on Facebook. Thou shalt not steal Rob's little sounds. Thou shalt not covet Mike's wife. We pray in the name of Mike O'Mara, Rob Spewak, and Oscar Santana. Download in peace.
Dan, put down the tablets and take out the trash.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Hey, what's the matter, sugar bumps? Why are you so blue? Is it because your once lush backyard is gone and has been replaced by a dangerous crevasse? That sucks. At least there aren't pumas in that crevasse. That's an old Smothers Brothers bit.
Look at those pumas.
There's pumas in the crevices. Well, cheer up, Charlie. If you hate that hole, here's a hole you can love. The TMOS bonus show brings you a whole lot of fun.
There you go.
Hey, see? With a whole cast of characters you can depend on. Mike, Oscar, Rob, Maddie, Newman. Pony. It's a can't-miss, commercial-free, unscripted, unrestricted, no-holds-barred 6-episode of TMOS. Just click the banner on our website. You get access to the whole schmear. You're going to love it. And you'll be helping TMOS. It's your passport to the passport. You're not saying it anymore? Are you not saying passport to the passport?
I'm distracted that there's a cursor right next to your face.
Oh, you know what? That's why? Because I hit the table when I was being Rob Ford.
When you were doing your method act.
That's right, exactly. I apologize, Oscar.
I just want to make sure that's clear.
Don't curse at the cursor any
longer.
longer.
I didn't want to yell at anybody.
Right. The TMOS bonus show brought to you by the Jack Benny program. Sunday nights at 7:30 on CBS. Spend the evening with Jack and his co-stars, Don Wilson, Dennis Day, Mary Livingston, and Eddie Rochester Anderson. Don't miss this week's show when Jack goes Christmas shopping and runs into some trouble. Special guests, Frank Nelson and Mel Blanc. The Jack Benny program, brought to you by Lucky Strike Cigarettes. Remember, LSMFT. Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. And JBCIN. Jack Benny, canceled in 1977. Get bent. Now let's open up the audio vault. It's a weird show.
Do you know who Frank Nelson is?
Weird show, yes.
Frank Nelson is the guy that would go, yes?
Yes, Mr. Benny.
And I feel that his name should be thrown out because he is
remembered and celebrated.
He's a funny man. Mike,
have you ever done a deep dive on Jack Benny?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
What's your opinion?
I think that he is an amazing template for modern comedy because he was the first person to not be scared of quiet. He would take a long take. Yeah. I mean, if not for Jack Benny.
That was the guy who did the Benny Hill show.
No, that would be Benny Hill.
Oh.
Jack, I'll say this, if not for Jack Benny, there's no Johnny Carson.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, I like Jack Benny. Okay. Mike, a new feature on the show. And I know when we keep it fresh. This is the Alabama Fan of the Week.
Oh, this is great. I actually talked to Rob before the show. Okay, I was going to text Rob this morning because we both get some of the same stuff. And I said, you got to say, this is a lady that's getting busted. She's getting arrested.
Drunk and disorderly at an Alabama game.
She's a college student, college graduate. After the football game, going to see the Crimson Tide.
Right.
And she's a graduate, right? She's not a student.
I believe she is a graduate, but
she's a recent graduate, obviously, because she's young and she's attractive.
She's being cuffed, with her arms behind her.
Oh, yeah. This is great. This is
and
great.
She's grinding against the police officer.
Hold on. Please. Let me set it up a little bit more. So the cop has her near a wall or plate glass window. Her front is to the window, and the cop is literally in back of her, very close, working the handcuffs, getting her handcuffed, and then she decides that she's going to give him a little grindy grind.
Exactly.
Which is
yeah? You like that? You like that? Yeah?
You know what's amazing? He never answers whether or not he likes it.
So
it's vague.
I have to a correction because I didn't know that was an Alabama fan.
Okay.
I just saw that last night. I literally was like, "Oh, this is interesting."
It's a bad girl.
I also,
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I also
a very
thought
good girl.
That now there's it looks like there's a GoFundMe that's helping her.
She started her own Venmo. She started her own.
There you go.
Not that I did a deep dive at 60 years old.
Yes.
Horny Mike O'Mara.
I love this.
Yeah, she does.
So you can Venmo her money, right?
Yes. Yeah. She Venmo her money, and she's probably going to get it because of this, because she did this so well to the.
Yeah, you like that? You like that? Yeah.
She has a very particular way she says "yeah."
Yes, she does.
Right?
One more time,
please.
Why not?
Oh, yeah, you like that? You like that? Yeah.
That has been the Mike O'Mara Show Alabama Fan of the Week. Roll Tide. Maybe just once more.
Oh,
all right.
Okay.
All right.
You like that? Yeah.
This I know. She
Getting
has
arrested.
an unfortunate lot in life, but not as unfortunate as the British lady who calls herself Lisa Graves, who had a minor stroke when giving birth, but the only side effect was it gave her the hiccups. She's had the hiccups for 12 years, and I think you're going to enjoy. We used to call that old guy Charlie something that had the hiccups for 50 years.
Poor guy had to eat his food. Everything had to be liquefied.
Right.
He couldn't take solid food.
But his hiccups were like quiet. These are very distinctive hiccups.
Hi, I'm Lisa Graves, and I've had the hiccups for 12 years. Started when I was pregnant, just thought it was a random hiccup. On a day-to-day basis, they don't particularly affect me. I think that's mostly because I'm very used to them. I make a point of warning people about them so that it doesn't make them jump.
Do you need my phone for a little bit?
Some can be quiet, some can be really loud, make a lot of people
bird.
jump. It mostly gets compared to if you accidentally stand on a dog. Just embrace it. I'm definitely at that point now after so long. Don't let it affect you. Don't be embarrassed by it. Don't worry about other people's reactions. Just embrace it.
So
Poor
we wish
thing,
her the
I feel
best.
bad for her.
She could never sneak up on someone.
No.
And she just sounds like such a normal lady.
And you have to.
know?
She has to warn people when she meets them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Why
Just
doesn't
like
she
in The Joker.
Why doesn't she sound like this?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, stop it. Stop it. Don't
No.
We all have our demons. That's your magic audio phone. Have a good Wednesday, everybody. We did.
That's
Maybe
it.
play
We
it tomorrow
gotta get
too.
out
Who
of here.
knows?
Okay, yeah, I'll be around for a while. Anyway, roll tide. Hey, everybody, the Yak Shack. We'll do the Yak Shack tomorrow.
Okay.
Your Yaks. We got a lot of good ones this week, and you can send Rob a card or letter anytime with 2 Bs. Rob with 2 Bs at MikeO'MaraShow.com. And thank you. Tomorrow on the show, we will have Nikki Diamond and the NFL football picks. And, of course, hopefully, Angie Goff will join us tomorrow from Houston, Texas on the Mike O'Mara
Will
Show.
you pass judgment on one of Maddie's new incentivizing ideas for the football pool?
Mañana.
Yeah, there's a chance I might.
I'd love
anyway, we'll take our hiatus now, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back tomorrow with a brand new one for Oscar Santana and Rob Spiewak, and of course, NFL Commissioner Massey Massiello. This is Mike O'Mara saying so long, everybody.
Bye-bye. Ciao.
Before you go, please make a mental note. Today's show is made possible by the TMOS bonus packages. You can secure yours right now by going to MikeO'MaraShow.com and clicking on the red bonus banner. Buy it or give it. Either way, you're helping out TMOS, and that's a good thing. Thank you, and go in peace.
Into left center field. Robles is there, and the Nationals take game 1.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
I could pull a better cartoon out of my ass. Hey, whoa! Wasn't that great, kids?
I warned you not to go too far.
I'm just beginning. Be kind, people. Be kind. Can you do that for me, please? Thank you.